A cold wind blows through the graveyard of fallen YouTubers. Here lie those poor souls who couldn't stand the pressure. Oh no, surely not him too. It looks like...
Ah, don't worry, I'm back. Did you miss me? Bit of a holiday in Cornwall. Taking advantage of a bit of time off. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Garage, new cars, plans for 2022 and beyond. So just clearing my head. Week down in Cornwall with the kids and the family. I'll see you very soon. Not so good.
Literally 5 miles down the road on our way home from holiday, our trusty old Mazda Bongo camper van decided not to play anymore and stranded us on the side of a rainy and busy A30. But everything's alright, because look, there's a rainbow. After waiting for 5 hours, the grumpiest recovery man in the world arrived and dragged the lifeless Bongo home at an excruciating 40 miles per hour. Really? This has been a very weird year all round for everyone, and mine was no different, with most of my time spent concentrating on work and family. And to be honest, I didn't have much headspace for making videos. We tried to make the best of it. So it was a time for trying new hairstyles, trying new facial hair, burying your brother in the sand, and indoor games. It was a time for trying new hats, making new food, eating new food, family, reminiscing, giving lifts to gangsters.
Let's go!
Yeah, drive.
Playing music and drinking beer, though not necessarily in that order. After inevitably catching COVID just before our summer holiday and spending my 2 weeks off stuck at home, I spent the time recovering and concentrating on something amazing I'd been introduced to, which I hoped would generate enough money to future-proof the Alfa Nut channel and give me an additional income stream without relying on YouTube income, a salary or savings. I'm happy to say that it proved even better than I hoped. It's been pretty exciting. So, what else has been happening on Alfa Street? Well, some good things and some bad things. My local Alfa Romeo dealership, for instance, had to downsize and combine showrooms with Jeep and a bath, which was a shame. And on the plus side, I bought an old but immaculate Ducati 900 Monster to play with in the springtime. That's a lovely bike, Chris, so you're keeping it, right? Nah, I sold it and bought the last of the real monsters with a signature trellis frame. A 2019 1200S with quick shifter, switchable engine maps, Olin suspension and 145 horsepower. Yes, that should be sufficient. I did quite a few ride-outs over the summer with friends, and I really enjoyed being back on a bike again. So at some point I will make a bike video, but don't worry, this is still an Italian car channel.
Yay!
Now, do you remember when my mate Gary and I moved into our new unit? It seemed huge when we were cleaning it up and painting it. However, after we got some of our cars in it, and a load of spare parts, and all the other things you collect when you're a car nut, it got more and more stuffed, until it was so full that there was literally no room left to work on anything. So when a much bigger unit became available right next door, we grabbed it, and we went from this
to this.
This large old building was a joinery workshop for almost 20 years, so lots of work was needed to make it suitable for our needs. But it had a few distinct advantages. It was obviously much bigger, it had a separate storeroom, and a wood-burning stove for those cold winter tinkering sessions. So, boom! A club lounge area for filming future Alfa Nut videos and for enjoying some socialising and relaxing. Along with some essential accessories, of course. A small kitchen area also means that the ingredients for a happy Sunday morning's tinkering are always present and correct. Now, all we have to do is work out how to install a 4-ton car lift without dropping it on our toes. So what about cars? You may remember my GT, which featured in a few videos. That was a fun and mostly reliable car which gave us 3 years of faithful service. However, it has now been swapped for a 2018 2-litre Giulietta, which has proven to be a good daily driver for my wife. If you've been following me on Instagram, and if you haven't, why not, then you will have seen that I bought a 1987 Alfa Sprint last year, this being a car that I've always wanted to own since I was in my teens. I bought it from a guy who's a classic car hoarder on a completely different level. To say that I was a bit jealous of his warehouse full of rare automotive treasures would be an understatement. A previous owner had started to restore the Sprint, which looked very nice, but the process had stalled when the realisation dawned on him that an extensive restoration is always very expensive and very time consuming. Enter the Alfa Nut. An eternal optimist, if ever there was one, I got the Sprint home and put it up on my ramp to inspect the rest of the car, and I quickly realised that this wasn't going to be as easy as I'd hoped. The floor pan and various other areas needed extensive welding, and when I combined that with the effort and time that it would obviously take to sort out the other problem areas, such as interior trim and electrics, I came to the same conclusion as the previous 2 owners. I sadly decided to swap the Sprint for a car which needed less work to finish. In fact, I may have already found that car, but more on that later. My 156 long-term project is still moving forward, and although it's almost finished, I agonised over selling this car as well. It developed yet another misfire during an Alfa Club outing in the summer, and just for a while I thought I might give up and sell it to another unsuspecting optimist. Only joking, it's too pretty, and we've come too far together to part company just yet. I'll make a video of it shortly. Time to strip the engine down again. I still own my V6 Spider, of course, although I got very little time in it this year due to cracking the front bumper on a high curb in June and having to wait 7 weeks for it to be repaired. After that it needed a cam belt change, which was kindly done for me by fellow Alfa Nut Marcus, who has more than a few nice Alfas himself. In case you were wondering, Gary also helped, and I made the bacon sandwiches.
Thumbs up everybody.
So what about poor Princess GTV? Is she still locked away in a tower, awaiting a handsome prince? Well, I'm afraid so. A coolant system rebuild is needed, as I didn't get it right the first time. However, I'll be getting that job done when she is moved into our new garage very soon. Then new brakes and some paintwork, and she will be on the road at last. I'm sorry for keeping you all waiting for so long for new content. I'm hoping to be able to be uploading at least a couple of videos each month from now on, starting with the long delayed review and drive of the amazing Alfa Romeo 8C belonging to Joe from Lucky Supercars. Sorry for the wait, Joe. Don't miss that one. So thanks for watching and for all your support, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.